Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of Argo Sports Insider. I'm your host, Will Kennedy, and on the program here, we are going to dive into the world of athletics here at the University of West Florida. We got a ton of good stuff in this show for you. Baseball, softball, men's and women's golf. We'll talk a little tennis, a cheerleading national championship, and we're going to spend some time with one of our student athletes getting to know a soccer player from Brazil. Imagine that, soccer player from Brazil. Let's talk baseball first. The Argos doing exceptionally well here in the spring. 24-7 overall, 23-7 in conference play. They are second in the GSC, third in some regional rankings, and 10th in the collegiate baseball poll. They are coming off 8 straight series wins, including taking 2 of 3 from Montevallo at home the last time they were out at Jim Spooner Field. We had a chance after that series win to catch up with Coach Mike Jeffcoat and also talk to Tyler Dowdy, freshman double threat at the plate and on the mound, and we hear he's a bunting specialist too.
Well, I mean, our guys fought hard. You know, tip your cap to Montevallo, man. They swung the bats. They put the bat on the ball consistently, put pressure on us, put pressure on the pitching. And, you know, they got after it yesterday in that first game, and we really couldn't get anything going offensively. Second game was a back-and-forth affair. Really proud of the competitive spirit that our guys had in that second game yesterday. And then to have a guy like Smitty come off the bench and only have 2 ABs and get two hits and the game-winning hit there at the end, that's huge for our team. And it's good to see guys come off the bench and still stay with it and understand their opportunity could come at any moment. You know, he got in there because of some guys, you know, tightening up with hamstrings and so forth. And, you know, just proud of that. And I think that sends a great message to the rest of the team. You know, today's game, we really came out and set the tone. Obviously, they had some strike throwing problems, but we didn't have a lot of hits. But what I was proud of is the situational hitting, had big bases clearing doubles and things of that nature that put a lot of runs on the board. So we got 6 conference games left. You know, this is going to decide how it finishes up. We want to finish as strong as we can, obviously, see if we can stay in the hunt for the regular season title with Lee. But, again, we can't look any further than Wednesday's game and continue to try to prove on things. You know, I'm proud of our guys taking 2 out of 3. It's not easy to do in this league. You can't come in and expect to sweep somebody, and certainly Montevallo had a lot of motivation to come in and beat us, and they gave us hard-fought victories. But you know, proud of the way the guys finished. Well, you know, we had a lot of guys contribute. You know, Tyler Dowdy got to start in the DH role today, and he had 2 knocks. Matt Estrada had a big hit. Dylan Manhinnett continues to hit. I think he's at a 20-game hit streak now. And, you know, guys staying consistent in the middle of the order, doing the job. Sam Clement has been huge. Had a couple hits yesterday, had a couple big hits today. So different guys helping out up and down the lineup. I hate leaving anybody out, but certainly we're still looking to clean up the pitching. Was proud of Jason Roberts today, giving us 5 strong out of the gate so we get going. So, you know, that's part of what we're trying to do.
Feeling good. Been working hard and finally got the shot and feel like I did what I was supposed to do. I mean, I threw strikes. I mean, I had a walk and a hit batter that shouldn't happen. And just, I mean, they got some blue hits and they're not a bad hitting team. And, I mean, I gave everything I had and just didn't come out my way, what I wanted, but wasn't too mad about it. It's been all year. I mean, we've had ups and downs, and that's the game of baseball. I mean, we're excellent from head to toe on the team, and it's really cool to see guys that hasn't had a chance, like had a lot of chances, like Smitty Lodemoser, and come through. And that's the thing about our team. It doesn't matter who you put in. We're all going to do the job.
Coach Jeffcoat and the Argos had a midweek game scheduled with Spring Hill. That got canceled due to weather concerns, so they are off the coming weekend. It'll be the 23rd at West Georgia, their next series, and then back at home on the 30th of April, the 1st of May, a huge series with GSC leading Lee. That'll wrap up the regular season, then it'll be time for GSC Tournament play. Coming up next here on the program, we're going to get into softball, talk with Coach Ashley McLean and her team, coming off another big weekend for them and some midweek action as well. That's next on Argo Sports Insider.
Real change occurs in that split second, a moment of connection among people.
With a common purpose,
a shared vision,
and a unified goal. What will you change?
What will change you? The University of West Florida. No limits.
What does Argo Spirit look like? Is it finding the perfect Argo outfit to show your team pride? Is it giving back while getting your pre-game grub? Or is it connecting with your community in the perfect spot. At Penn Air Federal Credit Union, it's being a proud sponsor of UWF Education, the Alumni Association, athletics, Penn Air Field, and having a spirit of communerosity. Learn more at pennair.org/aboutus.
This portion of Argo Sports Insider is brought to you by Penn Air Federal Credit Union, Jenny King, Hill Kelly Dodge, High Point Hotel Group, and the Florida Lottery.
Welcome back in here to Argo Sports Insider. Time to talk a little softball. The Argos are rolling along. They've won 7 straight games now, 25-10 overall. Top 4 in the GSC Conference, and coming off a series sweep with Montevallo down at the Fork at the softball complex. And then they had a little midweek action, supposed to be a doubleheader with a pretty good team from Columbus State. Instead, it was a one-off game, and then time to get back to it as they're going to travel down to play in South Florida at Flagler later this week. We had a chance after that Montevallo sweep to catch up with Coach Ashley McLean. Talked to Jacqueline Poling, the catcher, who is just tearing things up at the plate, had a big game against Columbus State in addition to her efforts against Montevallo. And of course, one of our favorites here on the program, Tila Howard. Coach, back home, another nice series, and your bats were working, the pitching was working, everything was good.
Yeah, everything came out, and Gracie started us off, and she was hot on the mound. She had a great game yesterday, and then Kelsey and Montana split the second game, and they both did well, and then Kelsey Sweat got the start today, and she came out with fire. Also, our bats were hot. We scored 10 runs yesterday with 2 outs, which is huge for a team to do, so that's exciting to see at this time of the year.
It's the little things, I know, from a coaching standpoint. Even in this final game of the series, got a chance to sweep. It gets a little tight, and you pull out some runs late, and we're able to put up a cushion.
Yeah, we were. I think everyone was just on it. Our energy was high all weekend, and going into this weekend all week, we had a lot of fun. The energy was there, and I think we're peaking at the right time, so I'm excited for this team.
I know, Jacqueline Poling is one of your experienced ones, one you kind of lean on. She gives great energy in the dugout, and then she was producing at the plate, too.
She did. She had a great game. She had a record high yesterday with RBIs, and, she's just done really well. She's a big leader for us, and to have her back this year is very special. And I think knowing last year, her senior year, got pulled with COVID, she's taking advantage of every game. You guys have got a busy schedule coming up the next couple of days, potentially weather permitting. Yeah, we do. We're going to have Columbus State here on Tuesday, and then we're going to hit the road and go to Flagler, which is a busy week, but thankfully we have next weekend off from the GSC, so the girls will have some rest to get back into it, to get back in the GSC. Well, let's talk about kind of where the team is. You guys had, I know, a tough road trip up in Georgia, but it bounced back and things look to be back where they need to be.
Yes, definitely. I think we took that, to heart and just said that, that's not going to happen again. We're going to come back even stronger and learn from that in the best way that we could.
What about for you? Players will talk about, I'm seeing the ball really well. You must be seeing it okay. It was a big weekend.
Yes, I would say, yeah, I'm seeing the ball really well. I was just more thinking that our pitchers were throwing such great games that we had to get behind them as hitters, and that's exactly what we did. And, hitting's contagious, so hitting the ball once, everybody else follows, passing the bat down. As one of the team leaders, veteran player, is this team where it needs to be? Kind of what do you guys need to do to get where you want to be? I think we're right there. It's always a good thing to start peaking towards the middle of the season or right into postseason, which that's exactly what we're doing right now. So I think if we just keep it up, we keep having the energy that we are having and, having a lot of fun playing, that we're going to be right where we need to be for postseason.
What was it feeling like this weekend?
It was feeling good. I think together as a team we were playing collectively, and I think it showed on the field that we were all playing together. So it felt good.
The power, like all of a sudden girls are just hitting the ball out of the yard, which you're setting the table at the front, but what's that like to kind of see the power explosion from your teammates?
Honestly, it's a good feeling. I know that I can do my part playing small ball, and my teammates could come in and have my back and hit me in.
So the softball team, after they take on Flagler, they get a weekend off, no game scheduled for the weekend. They will be at West Georgia starting the 24th of April and then back at home to close out the regular season with Lee down at the Fork. Then it's time for GSC tournament play, and then hopefully that opportunity to get into the NCAA regionals and move on from there. We'll be keeping an eye. And again, go Argos.com, always your spot to see the latest scheduling in case things move around or you want to know when your favorite team is playing. We're going to talk about the #1 team in the country when it comes to men's golf next, coming off winning their own tournament and looking to make a big statement at the GSC Conference Tournament coming up next on Argo Sports Insider.
Real change occurs in that split second, a moment of connection among people.
With a common purpose,
a shared vision,
and a unified goal. What will you change?
What will change you? The University of West Florida. No limits.
Whataburger now delivers, which means you can get your favorites delivered to your door. And this favorite delivered to your door. And this one. And this one. Simple as that. Whataburger delivery is here. Use our app or order at whataburger.com.
What does Argo spirit look like? Is it finding the perfect Argo outfit to show your team pride? Is it giving back while getting your pre-game grub? Or is it connecting with your community in the perfect spot? At Penn Air Federal Credit Union, it's being a proud sponsor of UWF Education, the Alumni Association, athletics, Penn Air Field, and having a spirit of communerosity. Learn more at pennair.org/aboutus.
For those who measure success by the worn tread on their tires, and those who strengthen their body and mind and drift through their weekends over nature's curve. Andrews Institute, for those who move.
Welcome back into Argo Sports Insider. We appreciate you watching. We're going to turn our attention to the golf course now. The men's golf team here at the University of West Florida has a proud tradition. Coach Steve Fell has national championship trophies in his office or somewhere around me here, and is always a contender both in the GSC and nationally as well. The Argos are coming off winning their own tournament, the Argonaut Invitational, for the 4th straight time. They play that over at Pensacola Country Club right here in Pensacola, Florida. It took a monumental stretch drive down the back nine for the team to kind of roar back into contention, take the lead, win their tournament. Jake Desort finished second in the tournament. Alejandro Restrepo finished third. We had a chance to catch up with Coach Steve Fell after another Argonaut win for the top-ranked team in the country, and then we caught up with Jake and Alejandro as well.
Yeah, we really came on strong back nine, second round yesterday, and just played some really solid golf coming in, and we're able to hold them off and really pick up quite a few shots right at the very end of the final round. It was a real good team effort. Jake had a really good tournament. Alejandro had a great tournament. Elias, I think, was top 10 as well. Just an overall good team performance. That's why you have 5 guys and you count 4 scores. And and when guys drop off and the other guys pick up the slack. So that's basically what happened.
Well, let's talk about success of winning the tournament first. You're winning your own tournament, which always feels good, and kind of where you guys are right now in the season, how you're playing, and overall how you feel about that.
Yeah, so it obviously felt good to win. We went 2 tournaments in a row, finishing second, so we were kind of annoyed with that. And whether it was our home tournament or not, it feels good to win. So yeah, it's a good way to end the regular season, and now we've got conference championship next week in Mobile. So yeah, looking forward to that.
I know going into the season, you remember talking to you guys, and it's like the goal is to win titles, win national championship, compete for that. You guys are kind of in that position now, ranked #1, and any pressure with that?
I don't think so. I think the whole semester we've known, or I guess after the first tournament when we finished second and didn't feel like we played our best, we knew if we just play well, we'll win. any tournament, and so I think that's it's been the same every tournament since then, and I don't think it gets different for postseason. Just if we play well, we'll win. So that's kind of just the whole goal is be ready and treat it like any other tournament.
How good did it feel to get a tournament win? He was just saying that to finish second is nice, but to win is much better.
Well, we started like a little not great in the first tournament. We didn't play our best, and we got our second. But then in the second tournament, we played really good. We actually had like a 20-shot victory, so that felt really good. And then the other two after those, we finished second. We didn't close the deal in the last day. So this tournament was like a really good one to actually know that we have the potential of winning a national championship, having a great postseason.
It really has been a fantastic spring golf season for the UWF men. They've won 2 tournaments, including the Argonaut Invitational, finished top 2 in everything they've played. Jake Desort, GSC Player of the Week after his finish in the Argo Invite. Up next for the #1 team in the country, they'll play the GSC Tournament. That's at the RTJ course over in Mobile, Alabama. Starts on the 18th and runs through the 19th. Coming up here next on the program, we're staying on the golf course. We'll talk women's golf with Coach Kristen Dorsey and her crew next on Argo Sports Insider.
What does Argo Spirit look like? Is it finding the perfect Argo outfit to show your team pride? Is it giving back while getting your pre-game grub? Or is it connecting with your community in the perfect spot? At Penn Air Federal Credit Union, it's being a proud sponsor of UWF Education, the Alumni Association, athletics, Penn Air Field, and having a spirit of communerosity. Learn more at pennair.org/aboutus.
For those who measure success by the worn tread on their tires, and those who strengthen their body and mind and drift through their weekends over nature's current. Andrews Institute, for those who move.
This portion of Argo Sports Insider is brought to you by Coca-Cola, Baptist Healthcare and the Andrews Institute, Publix, Whataburger, and CPC Office Technologies.
Welcome back in here to Argo Sports Insider. We're in the field house lobby surrounded by lots of national championship trophies, conference trophies, all that good kind of stuff. And the women's golf team here at UWF is looking to add to the hardware. They've had a good spring. They've gone out and won a tournament. Rania Typley won individual medalist honors in a tournament as well. And they're coming off a 4th place finish for Coach Kristen Dorsey at the Argo Invitational, their version of it, over at Tiger Point across the bridge when it's open here in Gulf Breeze, Florida. Coming up next for this team is the GSC Tournament on the 18th and 19th of this month. We had a chance to catch up with Coach Dorsey and Rania to talk about the season so far and the next steps. Coach, you guys are coming off, having your home tournament, which is always good to get back and kind of play on that home turf. But so far the season's been going very well.
Yes, it has. We had an action-packed season, to be honest. We started off the beginning in February with 2 tournaments spread out, and then as soon as the first week of March hit, we started at Destin, and then we ended three weeks later at Tiger Point.
You guys get a tournament win within that. I know, kind of the way the season started, things are going well, girls are playing well, but to win one, that's such a great feeling and really kind of sets a nice bar.
Any type of title it's just rewarding. All the hard work, everything that you've sacrificed and to hold a trophy or to just accomplish something. In general, golf is a losing game. We don't have every time we play, there's not a winner and just one loser. There's usually one winner and 9 losers, right? So to finish at the top in front of teams and actually put together some really good rounds of golf and feel good about it,
I think, we're going to use that momentum to propel us into the postseason.
You guys have, a couple tournaments to play, get into conference, try to go past that and beyond that. Where is your team right now? Are they where they need to be at this point of the season?
I think so. Like I explained a little earlier, we played, it was a lot of golf. We packed into 23, 24 days. There was one point, I don't think any of us knew what day it was. We would just, get home, wash our clothes, pack up, head back out, look at some yardage books, tee it up, right? So we now get up 10 days and we've rested. I know last week when we finished at our home event, my only thing to the team was no one's allowed to touch a club for 3 days. And we had our first practice yesterday and they all came to practice excited to get back onto the course, and they missed it. They missed not being in the van traveling to an event, and that's where we want to be at right now going into conference.
You guys are coming off hosting the Argonaut Invitational, and it's always great to play a home event. What was that like for you?
I thought it was special. Last year, because of COVID, we were not able to play our home tournament, so it was even more special this year to get to play it. Tiger Point is a really good course, pretty good layout, and a really beautiful course by the water. So a really challenging and good course to play a tournament.
Talk about where the team is. You guys have had some great success. You personally have had some great success, and really kind of where you are as we get into the final stage of the season.
So in a week, we will be competing in conference, and I think we have a good chance. We have to play good, but I believe in the team, and our goal is to win the conference.
Again, up next for golf, the Gulf South Conference Tournament, the 18th and 19th across the bridge over in Alabama. And then after that, it's regional play. And then if you qualify from regional play, on to the NCAA tournament. We'll have highlights and reaction from the GSC Tournament on both the men's and women's side on the next edition of this program. Coming up here next on the show, we're going to meet one of our soccer players. Brazilian soccer players often just known by their first name. So we're going to introduce you to Bernardo. We're also going to talk tennis a little bit and the national championship for UWF cheer. That's next on Argo Sports Insider.
Realm Apartments is a proud sponsor of the Argonauts. Realm is opening less than a mile from campus and is now leasing brand new apartments and townhouses for a fall 2021 opening. These apartments come fully furnished and rates include water, sewer, cable, Wi-Fi, and trash. Check out realmlife.com for more information. Go Argos!
Real change occurs in that split second, a moment of connection among people.
With a common purpose,
a shared vision,
and a unified goal. What will you change?
What will change you? The University of West Florida. No limits.
For those who measure success by the worn tread on their tires, and those who strengthen their body and mind and drift through their weekends over nature's current. Andrews Institute, for those who move.
Welcome back into Argo Sports Insider. One of my favorite things to do here on the program is spend a little time with our student athletes and not really talk about the sport that they play, but what it's like for them here at the University of West Florida, on the court, off the court, or whatever their field of play may be. This week, we're going to the soccer pitch and we're talking with one of our men's soccer players. It's time to get to know Bernardo.
What's up, guys? My name is Bernardo Torres. I'm from UWF soccer team. I'm from Brazil, and I'm majoring in engineering technology, minor mechanical. I left Brazil in 2018, and I went to play in Tennessee. So I started playing my career soccer in the NIA in Tennessee, and then I played 1 year over there, and then the assistant coach Felipe called me and asked me if I want to join the team here. I was like, of course, because here is Pensacola at the beach, And Tennessee was really cold. So yeah, I just came here and then I'm living the dream, man. Brazilian beaches are really good, but I live there where I live, there's no beaches. There's just a lake. So, in my opinion, the beaches here are way better. Like, first of all, my family, and second of all, the food. I mean, I'm not talking about bad things about the food over here, but like here's kind of like some food, not junk food, but like, I don't know how to explain, but like Brazilian food is really good, you know? But I like the food over here too. The English for sure, like I couldn't understand anything. And like the guys were talking to me, I was like, I couldn't talk and I couldn't understand. But then you feel like, if you have good friends, you have like a family around, you know, like the guys help you all out. So like right now I'm just doing that for the new Brazilians. Like if they don't know English, I'm just helping out, you know. Everybody knows about it. I just play video games, you know. I'm addicted to video games. So if I'm not studying and I'm not playing soccer, I'm just playing video games and watching some series also. I talk bad about junk food, but I love junk food. So I'm kind of a hypocrite. I don't know how to say that word, but yeah, I like pizza, I like hamburgers, but if I want to eat like good and I'm missing some hamburgers, I go like, I go Five Guys, and I also go Steak and Shake. I love Steak and Shake. But like, if I don't want to spend that much money, I'm just go McDonald's. I love McDonald's. I do the Mac Gangbang. It's a Mac chicken and a triple cheeseburger, and I combine those, and then that's perfect. You guys should try it. I'm just saying.
Bernardo and the UWF men's soccer team did not play the spring season in the GSC. They'll be back in official action coming up in the fall. We'll be looking forward to tracking the Argos down at the UWF soccer complex. Let's talk tennis a little bit. It's been very busy here at the Ralph Skeeter Carson Tennis Complex. The men 13-4 now after 2 straight victories. The women 12-4. They've really been rolling, 4-1 in their last 5 matches. Both teams beat Mississippi College in a Sunday match. And then the women turned around, beat West Georgia in an early Monday competition. Some awards to hand out since the last time we've talked to you. Berta Bernardi, GSC Player of the Week for this week. Sarah Yigan is also the GSC Freshman of the Week, and we might just name that award after her at some point. And we missed this since our last program. Sadar Boyachev is the Men's Player of the Week from the previous week. The tennis team's back in action, wrapping up the regular season with Montevallo coming in to wrap it up. That'll be on Friday, 10 a.m. here at the tennis complex. So come on out and check out the Argos if you get an opportunity. And we can't leave the program without acknowledging another national championship. This time around, the UWF cheer team. For the first time ever, they competed in the NCAA Nationals down in Daytona Beach, Florida. And without, kind of the traditional stuff to cheer for through the fall and the spring, they were able to kind of turn their attention to competition. So they went in, competed in the Open College Game Day Division for Division II. They were first after the preliminaries, ended up pulling it off in the Friday competition down there. So congratulations to Brooke Cialino, her team, national champions. Another one for the University of West Florida. We appreciate you being here for the program. As always, GoArgos.com is your place for all the news and notes. We'll post the program right there too. We'll link it through for you. You can get the latest on scheduling, check out rosters, links to social media, and Argo Armada right there on your phone. Great way to keep track of everything too. Add events. If you're looking to go to events, find out what's next. And there's some nice perks in there for you too. We'll see you 2 weeks' time right here for another edition of Argo Sports Insider.